the Ragged Gamer. We're here today doing another episode of Ragged in the Static FM, episode 3. Today we're talking about a couple topics, such as the Blaine County radio shows in like Toledo Bay. We'll also be talking about how, thank God, there will be no more air vehicles in GTA 6. And lastly, everything you can buy. It's a very broad topic, but I'm sure our favorite talking head co-host, Trentronix would love to talk about it. So,
the man who never stops talking.
How are you?
Yes, I'm good. It's been a long day, but it's been a good day.
So
I can't complain there. But Blaine County radio stations, though, very interesting topic here. I guess first things first, let's just get it out of the way. I mean, we try to avoid Toledo Bay like the plague, or at least if you're grinding for money, you know. I guess if you're more leisurely kind of player, or if you're just psychotic and you like being on the northern side of the map, then you know, you may listen to Blaine County a little bit more than the average player. But with that being said, they're pretty damn interesting as far as the two stations that are on there. Unfortunately, the names are escaping my mind, but if you know them, then please inform us.
Nice, very good. Do you have any opinions on them?
Well, I do. I was trying to figure out if you knew what the names were.
Oh, well, one of them is,
I do know.
One's Community Hour, and the other one is Bless Your Heart.
Okay, yes. Now the one with Ron, that's
Community Hour.
That's Community Hour. Okay.
Yes.
That shit, I find it pretty hilarious just as far as the satire. Obviously GTA is always known for their more satire and ultra kind of baked views and kind of making fun of modern stuff, which I will say in GTA 6 that is going to be kind of interesting to see how they add their satire, because honestly life in 2026 is, you know, as bad as GTA as you can get right now. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to go more over the top than what's already existing right now. But little side tangent there. But Ron's talk show, honestly, it's a good time, especially if you have to go up there and you're grinding around doing your money moves. Listening to his tin hat theories and just over exaggerated stories and everything else. I love it. It's classic Rockstar. That is Rockstar. At their core, that's what they're here for, is to fuck with everyone and just not take anything too seriously. Have that bit of being able to make fun of a little bit of everything. But overall, solid station. Now, let me pick your brain about Ron's tin hat theories. I mean, are there any specifics that you can recall that he said on the show?
I don't know. I think it's all just you know. I haven't been up there in a little while, but it's just when I want a nice switch up from hearing Laszlo or the other people. I can't think of anyone's names, like Laszlo talk or the Chatter Sphere.
Dr.
I
Ray
like
D'Angelo,
Dr.
Shocker
Ray
Attack.
D'Angelo. Exactly.
We love Ray D'Angelo and Shocker Attack.
I like the just
Fernando.
Nice. And Fernando.
The Fernando show. My favorite, all-time favorite. Just gotta put that out there.
I remember. And no, I think it's a nice switch. If you get a little tired of the talk shows in Los Santos, you go a little up north and you get southern accents and people talking about deep frying butter and just how life should be,
It's funny that you say that, because it's very true, and then I'm wondering if GTA 6 is going to be similar, how real life Florida is, where all of South Florida is very much northerners mainly, and implants and stuff, and then as you go more north into Florida, you get more of the real southern, the real South, just put it to you like that. So that is what is also going to be kind of intriguing about GTA 6, but as well as this game too. And I don't know. The other show, I honestly, I don't really hear the other show that's up in the like the Blaine County area that
Bless Your
much.
Heart
I've
is the
only,
one that talk about like the deep fried butter and the deep
yeah,
fried like cream cheese and stuff like that. I just, it
okay.
makes me hungry sometimes, but otherwise nothing
That's the
else
one that
really about it.
it's the one that I've listened to the least amount. So I don't want to comment like too much on it, but
We'll
I
get
feel like
back to it.
I'm gonna need to get exposed more to like that one. Listen to it a little bit more thoroughly. But again, that's gonna require me to go like more up north on the map, which
It'll
I don't
happen at
know.
some point.
We'll see. But overall, I think they're two solid shows. They are a good switch up. I would say if you are on GTA, it's might not be the worst idea to throw it on and have a good chuckle. Especially, like I said, like Ron's Tin Hat Theory. Some of them are just hilarious. And just his whole demeanor. Even like when he's like subtly referring to Trevor in like a lot of like his like excerpts, and it's hilarious. Like how he tries to like cover up his name and just like it's just good old classic rock star like stupidity in the best possible way. So I'll give it that. But
Nice.
yeah,
Well,
I still enjoy the Los Santos stations a little bit more just because it's yeah. But I really do think they need to add more to these stations. I think with one of like these next like more major updates they do for online, that they should add like some more excerpts. I mean, they have all these voice actors that they're probably still currently using in some capacity for GTA 6, so it's like, a couple of them to maybe get in there. You know, Laszlo, I know that one's tough because he actually like quit the company in real life. So there's not really much they can do there, but I'm sure the other voice actors wouldn't mind hopping on there and doing a couple little extra things.
okay. This is a good first one. The some nice points. Maybe we'll circle back to the in depth, how in depth like the stations go at a later date.
Ooh,
But
getting all corporate
now
on me.
now what's your opinion on no more? As people can see me flying around the Oppressor gonna do something else, but what do you think about what's your opinion on no more air vehicles that ruin online like the Oppressor? What's your opinion on it? What's your take on that?
It's gonna be um, interesting. I think at first it's gonna definitely feel like I'm gonna prefer not having any air vehicles in there because you're gonna still be very much new to the map, and it's when you're in a brand new game in a brand new map, like when you still have like discovering stuff. Like your perception of time going around the map is a lot different than, let's say, like when you have 200 hours in the game and you know pretty much the entire map, and at this point you're probably at a stage where you're either grinding for money or doing some sort of like whatever, and at that point, if you're like required like for certain like replay missions or whatever you're doing to like travel like up and down that map, and if it's going to be like the size that they're talking about being like 3-4 times the size of GTA 5, then I can see some people starting to get like pretty damn frustrated with that. So they're going to have to figure something out in the long run to make it less. Well, what I was thinking, which wouldn't be a bad idea, and they actually did something similar to this in GTA San Andreas, where, fun fact, if you didn't know, like in San Andreas, like you can actually go to the airport and fly to like the other parts of the map, like through the airport, and it's pretty damn sick, but it's pretty much a fast travel.
Yeah.
And I think if they were to incorporate something like that, especially for online, where you can like either go to the airport or get a taxi and be able to actually like fast travel to like where you need, but like do it in a in a GTA way. I think that would be sick. I know in online that might be a challenge, that you're gonna have like actual like real-time servers and stuff going on, but I'm sure at this point they can probably figure something out with that. If they're able to
Nice.
spawn stuff in, like in this game, like cars and your terabyte and stuff, there should be a way that they can figure that out. But I think overall, that's probably going to be the route they go. There'll be jets and stuff like that, which would make it easier if you want to go that route too. But
You know,
it's
I for one am happy that they're taking the oppressor out. Only, like, I know that like we're like on an invite only session, but you know, I feel like, you know, like trying to do like example like the doomsday prep missions, like when you're in like an actual lobby, like it's impossible because you have people on like oppressors or, you know, like jets are fine. But like the oppressors come in, they blow you up, and you're like, oh, 45 minutes wasted. I have to drive all the way back out to Blaine County now. It's the worst. So, I mean, or just like anything, like any, like you're trying, like, you know, you just wait a couple days, couple weeks to like fill up like your nightclub or one of your businesses, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna get to deliver. I can't wait, make some money. And then someone on a oppressor comes and blows you up, and then you just sit there and you stare at that burning truck, and you're like, oh my god, I have to do that all over again. And that's when people stop playing the game and enjoying all that Los Santos has to offer. Or in this case, was it Vice City when GTA 6 comes out? So I think like I like using it now just because you know, I got it, but I don't think I'm gonna miss it. I think I'm gonna enjoy, you know, looking at everything and enjoying like the scenery of GTA 6. And yeah, that's my take on Oppressors.
that is going to be a beast of a map. I'm telling you now. I'm very excited to see the size per detail of the map. It's like, it's one thing to have a big map, but if it's going to be even more detailed than like what GTA 5 is currently, that's going to be crazy. And I mean, truthfully, with GTA 6, I know there's a lot of people that have kind of like, I've heard recently that are like falling off the hype of it and all that, and not as interested, or they think it's going to be a flop. And I honestly, I don't see it being a flop. I really do think it's going to be an absolute home run. I mean, for over a decade of development and around $1 billion, give or take, of a budget for that game. I mean, and it being Rockstar, like, I don't know. I think it's going to be like what I heard one guy on YouTube say. It's going to be a moment. 'Cause that's the thing. Like Rockstar, they don't fuck around when it comes to their GTA series. Like, they're not playing.
No.
That shit is going to be a fucking behemoth.
Well, that's a nice take on the oppressors. The final thing to talk about, final topic for this one is, what do you think? Like, this is a pretty, you know, a pretty broad topic. Like, what do you think a nice like starter list of like everything you can buy in GTA 6 is gonna be? You know, do you think like we're gonna start out with like as many different like planes and helicopters and even boats as like we do right now? Probably not as like right now, but like, you know, like more than like when GTA 5 released. Or like, do you think it's gonna be very minimalist, like how when GTA 5 released? Like, or however you want to word that. But what do you think? Did that make sense?
I think there's going to be there's going to be a lot of variety in this. I think there's going to be just so much more shit that you can buy off the bat. But what I think is going to be very impressive, which I'm sure this is what the route they're going to go down, but is making the actual purchasing process for certain things be more advanced and more involved. Like, for instance, like if you're going to buy a property, it's not just as simple as going on your phone and just clicking 2 buttons and then you magically have the property. I would like to see it where things are more involved, or if you want to buy a property, you have to make a bid, or you have to go and do an appraisal. Like, you don't have to get like too involved, but it'd be nice if you were to like go to like a real estate place and sit down and like be able to like look at the houses, talk to like another NPC, sign the papers, and then like you get the keys, and then you get to go and like check out like the
like a
fucking
little
crib.
cutscene for every time you buy a property, essentially, like kind of how, or like every time you
Well,
buy
not
a
even a
house.
cutscene, like
No,
actually like just an actual interactive, like walking in, like sitting down at the desk, like looking through, finding the property you want, maybe going on a tour first, and then like going and like making the decision, purchasing it. And that's just one example, but then you have all other things. Being able to like when buying a car, like going into the car dealership, getting to like look at the floors, test drive, and then go and like even try to negotiate the price. I think that'd be another cool mechanic. Have like like a bartering system.
hmm,
Just all different little things like that. I think will make the immersion of of the game itself a lot more, and then it makes it so it feels more meaningful when you do spend money. You know, it's like you get that sense of pride and all that. And I think that's where Rockstar is going to really shine with GTA 6. I firmly believe that they're going to go down that route, and they're just going to knock it out of the park. And again, it
nice.
is a fine balance. You know, it needs to be, it can't be too like realistic to the point where it's just like boring or like just too tedious. But I think it also needs to have like that right dose of like detailedness so you can create that immersion. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're able to nail that balance.
I got you. I got you. Well, yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that you have a very good set of talking points with that. I really can't think of anything. I just want to know what you thought about it. And that's
I
gonna,
think it's awesome. I think it's going to be great. I
yeah, no,
do.
I think it's gonna be good. Well, everyone, the people who watch this has been another episode of Ragged in the Static, or whatever I end up naming this. You know, it could change, it could
Oh,
not. But
we never know.
we never know. Maybe it'll change in the next
Never let
two.
them know your next move.
Exactly. This has been me, the Ragged Gamer, and our favorite talking head, uh, Trentronics, and we will see you in the next one.
Oh, piece. Ooh, like a Canada piece of bacon.